Welcome to Bina's Edu World. Today we will learn divisibility rules for 2 to 15. Divisibility by 2. Friends, a number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is even. That is, it ends with 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. For example, let's take number 48, 126 and 90. All these given numbers are divisible by 2 because its last digit is 8, 6 and 0. Divisibility by 3. Friends, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its all digits is divisible by 3. For example, let's take number 96. The sum of its digit is 9 plus 6 equals to 15, which is divisible by 3, and therefore 96 is also divisible by 3. Similarly, take another example, number 84. The sum of its digit is 8 plus 4 equals to 12, which is also divisible by 3, and hence 84 is also divisible by 3. Divisibility by 4. Friends, a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by the last two digits is divisible by 4 or if the last two digits are both zeros. For example, let's take number 228. To determine whether the given number is divisible by 4 or not, we only need to look at its last two digits. Last two digits are 28, which is divisible by 4. So, entire number 228 is divisible by 4. Let's take another example. Number 300. The last two digits are both zeros. So, entire number 300 is divisible by 4. Divisibility by 5. A number is divisible by 5 if its last digit is either 0 or 5. For example, let's consider number 115. Since the last digit is 5, the number is divisible by 5. Similarly, for a number like 160, since the last digit is 0, the number is also divisible by 5. Divisibility by 6. Friends, a number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. For example, let's take number 72. To determine if a number is divisible by 6 or not, we need to ensure that it satisfies both the conditions. That is, its last digit must be even and the sum of its digits must be divisible by 3. Now let's check number 72. Yes, 72 is divisible by 2 because its last digit is even, and it is also divisible by 3 because sum of its digit is 7 plus 2 equals to 9, which is also divisible by 3. Hence, 72 is divisible by 6. Let us take another example. Number 186. It is divisible by 2 because its last digit is even, and it is also divisible by 3 because sum of its digit is 1 plus 8 plus 6 equals to 15, which is divisible by 3. So, the entire number 186 is divisible by 6. Divisibility by 7. To check if a number is divisible by 7, double the last digit and subtract it from the remaining number. If the result is divisible by 7 or 0, then the original number is also divisible by 7. For example, let's take number 147. Double the last digit number, that is 7. 7 into 2 equals to 14, and subtract it from the remaining number. Remaining number is here 14. So 14 minus 14 equals to 0. We get 0. Since answer is 0, 147 is divisible by 7. Similarly, for a number like 2401, double the last digit. Here the last digit is 1. 1 into 2 equals to 2, and subtract it from the remaining number. The remaining number is 240. 240 minus 2 equals to 238. Now repeat the same step. Double the last digit. Last digit is 8. 8 into 2 equals to 16. Now subtract it from the remaining number. 23 minus 16 equals to 7. Here we get 7, which is divisible by 7, and therefore entire number 2401 is divisible by 7. Divisibility by 8. If the last 3 digits of a number are divisible by 8, or if the last 3 digits of a number are 000, then the entire number is divisible by 8. For example, let's take number 38,656. To determine if a number is divisible by 8, we only need to examine its last 3 digits. Since the last 3 digits of a number are 656, which is divisible by 8. So, entire number 38,656 is divisible by 8. Let's take another example. Number 9,000. The last 3 digits are 000. Since the last 3 digits are 000, number 9,000 is divisible by 8. Divisibility by 9. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its all digits is divisible by 9. For example, let's consider the number 135. The sum of its digit is 13 plus 5 equals to 18, which is divisible by 9, and therefore 135 is divisible by 9. Similarly, let's take number 261. The sum of its digits is 26 plus 1 equals to 27, which is also divisible by 9. Hence, 261 is divisible by 9. Divisibility by 10. Friends, a number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is 0. For example, let's consider the number 340. Since the last digit is 0, the number is divisible by 10. Similarly, for a number like 50, since the last digit is also 0, the number is also divisible by 10. Divisibility by 11. Friends, a number is divisible by 11 if the alternating sum of its digits is divisible by 11 or 0. For example, let's take number 1672. To apply this rule, we start from the rightmost digit of the number. We then alternately add and subtract each digit, beginning with addition. First rightmost digit is 2. We add 2. Second digit we subtract it. Then third digit we add it. Then fourth digit again we subtract it. Since the resulting sum is 0, then the original number is divisible by 11. Let's take number 1430. This number is divisible by 11 because the alternating sum of its digit is 0. Therefore, this number is divisible by 11. Divisibility by 12. Since 12 is the product of 3 and 4, a number is divisible by 12 if it is divisible by both 3 and 4. For example, let's take number 2832. For divisibility by 3, we check if the sum of the numbers digits is divisible by 3. Yes, the sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. So, this number is divisible by 3. For divisibility by 4, we check if the number formed by its last two digits is divisible by 4. Yes, the number formed by its last two digits are 32, which is divisible by 4. Hence, entire number 2832 is divisible by 12. Let's take another example. Number 3696. The sum of its digit is 24, which is divisible by 3. And the number formed by its last two digits are 96, which is divisible by 4. And therefore, number 3696 is divisible by 12. Divisibility by 15. Since 15 is product of 3 and 5, a number is divisible by 15 if it is divisible by both 3 and 5. For example, let's take number 3750. For divisibility by 3, we check if the sum of the numbers digits is divisible by 3. Yes, sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. So, entire number is divisible by 3. For divisibility by 5, we check if the number ends in either 0 or 5. Yes, last digit is 0. So, it satisfies the divisibility rule for 5. Hence, 3750 is divisible by 15. Similarly, for a number like 1365, the sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3, and its last digit is 5, satisfying the divisibility rule for 5. Therefore, 1365 is divisible by 15. Now friends, here we will practice some divisibility rules with the help of an exercise. Mark the number which are divisible by 2. First number is 7065. Friends, we have learnt that if the last digit is even, then only that number is divisible by 2. And therefore, we have to check its last digit. Here, the last digit is 5, which is odd. And therefore, 7065 is not divisible by 2. Next is 2150. Here, the last digit is 0, which is even number, and therefore this number is divisible by 2. Next is 1922. Here the last digit is 2, which is even, and therefore 1922 is divisible by 2. Last is 2527. Here the last digit is 7, which is odd, and therefore this number is not divisible by 2. Next question. Mark the numbers which are divisible by 3. First given number is 162. Friends, a divisibility rule for 3 says that if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3, then only a number is divisible by 3. Let's check number 162. Sum of its digits is 9, which is divisible by 3. Hence, entire number 162 is divisible by 3. Next number is 27,534. Sum of its digits is 21, which is divisible by 3. So, entire number is divisible by 3. Next number is 922. Sum of its digits is 13, which is not divisible by 3. Hence, 922 is not divisible by 3. Next number is 257. Sum of its digits is 14. 14 is not divisible by 3. Hence, entire number is not divisible by 3. Mark the numbers which are divisible by 4. First given number is 116. Friends, as we have learnt in divisibility rule for 4, a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by its last two digits is divisible by 4. Hence, to determine if a given number is divisible by 4, we only need to look at its last two digits. Here, the last two digits are 16, which is divisible by 4. Hence, entire number 116 is divisible by 4. Next number is 152. Its last two digits are 52, which is divisible by 4. Hence, 152 is also divisible by 4. Next is 1244. Is this number is divisible by 4? To check, we need to look at its last two digits. Here, the last two digits are 44. Since 44 is divisible by 4, entire number 1244 is divisible by 4. Next is 12,640. Here also the last two digits are 40, which are divisible by 4. Hence, 12,640 is also divisible by 4. All these numbers are divisible by 4. Mark the number which are divisible by 5. First given number is 150. To check whether these numbers are divisible by 5 or not, we have to look its last digit. Here, last digit is 0. The divisibility rule of 5 says that if the last digit is either 0 or 5, then the entire number is divisible by 5. And therefore, this 150 is divisible by 5. Second is 657. Here last digit is 7, not 0 or 5. And therefore, this number is not divisible by 5. Number 2342. Here last digit is 2. And therefore, this number is also not divisible by 5. 23,645. Here last digit is 5. Hence, this number is divisible by 5. Mark the numbers which are divisible by 6. First given number is 342. Friends, as we know, the divisibility rule of 6 combines the rules for divisibility by both 2 and 3. So, to determine a given number is divisible by 6, we need to ensure that it satisfies both the conditions. Let's check number 342. Its last digit is 2, which is even. Therefore, this number is divisible by 2. Sum of its digits is 9, which is divisible by 3. Hence, entire number 342 is also divisible by 3. Since 342 is divisible by both 2 and 3, this number is also divisible by 6. Next is 654. Its last digit is 4, which is even. And sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. Here both the conditions are fulfilled. Therefore, this number is also divisible by 6. Third number is 7422. Here last digit is 2, which is even, and sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. So entire number is divisible by 3. Since 7422 is divisible by both 2 and 3, this number is also divisible by 6. Next is 12,211. Here the last digit is 1, which is odd. So this number is not divisible by 2. And sum of its digits is 7, which is also not divisible by 3. Since this number is not divisible by 2 and 3, entire number is also not divisible by 6. Mark the number which are divisible by 7. First given number is 242. Friends, as we have learnt that to check whether the given number is divisible by 7 or not, we have to double the last digit and then subtract it from the remaining number. In number 242, the last digit is 2. Here we double it, the last digit, 2 into 2. The remaining number is 24. So 24 minus 2 into 2 equals to 20, which is not divisible by 7. Hence, entire number 242 is not divisible by 7. Next number is 184. In 184, last digit is 4. So first we double the last digit, 4 into 2, and remaining number is 18. Here we subtract it. 18 minus 4 into 2 equals to 10, which is not divisible by 7. Hence, 184 is also not divisible by 7. Third number is 343. The last digit is 3. Here we double the last digit. Then remaining number is 34. 34 minus 6 equals to 28. Here 28 is divisible by 7 and therefore 343 is divisible by 7. Next number is 574. Last digit is 4. Double the last digit, 4 into 2. Subtract it from the remaining number. So 57 minus 4 into 2 equals to 49. Here 49 is also divisible by 7. Hence 574 is divisible by 7. Mark the number which are divisible by 8. Here given number is 1325. Friends, as we know, divisibility rule for 8 says that if the number formed by its last 3 digits is divisible by 8, then only that number is divisible by 8. So, here we only need to check its last 3 digits. Here, last 3 digits are 325. Is 325 is divisible by 8? Let's check. No, this number is not divisible by 8. Hence, entire number 1325 is not divisible by 8. Next number is 1432. Its last 3 digit is 432. Is this number is divisible by 8? Let's check. Yes. Since the remainder is 0, this number is divisible by 8. And therefore, entire number 1432 is divisible by 8. Next number is 1000. Since last 3 digit is 000, this whole number is divisible by 8. Now check your answer. Yes, this 1000 is divisible by 8. Next is 1266. Here last 3 digit is 266. 266 is not divisible by 8 because its remainder is 2. And therefore, entire number 1266 is not divisible by 8. Next question is, mark the number which are divisible by 9. First given number is 135. Friends, as we know, divisibility rules for 9 says that if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9, then only that number is divisible by 9. So to check number 135 is divisible by 9, here we add all its digits. Sum of its digits is divisible by 9. So entire number 135 is divisible by 9. Next number is 145. Is this number is divisible by 9? Let's check. Add all its digits. Sum of its digit is 10, which is not divisible by 9. Hence, number 145 is not divisible by 9. Next is 7065. Let's add all its digits. Here, sum of its digits is 18, which is divisible by 9. So, entire number 7065 is divisible by 9. Next number is 189. Here also 1 plus 8 plus 9 equals to 18. So, this number is also divisible by 9. Next question is, mark the number which are divisible by 10. First given number is 430. Here we have to check only its last digit. If the last digit is 0, then only that number is divisible by 10. Here last digit is 0. So number 430 is divisible by 10. Second given number is 355. Here the last digit is 5. So this number is not divisible by 10. In the third number 1760, the last digit is 0. So this number is divisible by 10. 9475. Here last digit is 5. So this number is not divisible by 10. Next question is, mark the numbers which are divisible by 11. Here, the first given number is 396. Friends, as we have learnt that if the alternating sum of its digits is divisible by 11 or 0, then that number is divisible by 11. To check whether the given number is divisible by 11, we apply this rule. We start from the rightmost digit of the number. Here, the rightmost digit is 6. We then alternately add and subtract each digit starting with addition. So, here the first rightmost digit is 6. So, first we add the 6. Second digit we subtract it. So, minus 9. Third digit we add it. So, plus 3. Since the resulting sum is 0, this number is divisible by 11. Next number is 143. Here the rightmost digit is 3. So first digit we add it. Second digit we subtract it. So minus 4. Third digit we add it. So plus 1. The resulting sum is 0. Therefore, this number 143 is divisible by 11. Next number is 12,210. Here, the rightmost first digit is 0. So, plus 0. Second digit we subtract it. So, minus 1. Third digit we again add it. So, plus 2. Fourth digit we subtract it. So, minus 2. And fifth digit again we add it. So, plus 1. Here, the resulting sum is also 0. And therefore, this number is also divisible by 11. Next number is 1825. Here, from the rightmost digit, we add and subtract each digit. Plus 5. Second digit we subtract it. Third digit we add it. And fourth digit we subtract it. Here, the resulting sum is 10. Therefore, this number is not divisible by 11. Next question is, mark the number which are divisible by 12. Number 396. Friends, divisibility rules for 12 says that a number is divisible by 12 if it meets the criteria for both divisibility by 3 and 4. To check whether the given number is divisible by 12, we should check the divisibility by 3 and by 4. For a number like 396, the sum of its digit is 18, which is divisible by 3. So, number 396 is divisible by 3. And also, its last two digits are 96, which are divisible by 4. So, number 396 is also divisible by 4. Here, both the conditions for divisibility by 3 and divisibility by 4 is fulfilled. So, number 396 is divisible by 12. Is number 165 is divisible by 12? Let's check. Sum of its digits is 12, which is divisible by 3. So, number 165 is divisible by 3. Its last two digits are 65, which is not divisible by 4. Hence, only one condition is fulfilled here. So, number 165 is not divisible by 12. Next number is 574. Let's check whether this number is divisible by 3 and 4. Sum of its digits is 16, which is not divisible by 3. So, 574 is also not divisible by 3. And its last two digits are 74, which is also not divisible by 4. Since both the conditions are not fulfilled, this number is not divisible by 12. Next number is 288. In this number, sum of its digits is 18, which is divisible by 3. So, number 288 is divisible by 3. Last two digits of these numbers are 88, which is divisible by 4. Here, it meets both the criteria, divisibility by 3 and divisibility by 4. So, number 288 is divisible by 12. Last question. Mark the number which are divisible by 15. First given number is 1245. Friends, divisibility rules for 15 says that a number is divisible by 15 if it meets the criteria for both divisibility by 3 and divisibility by 5. To check whether the given number is divisible by 15, we need to check divisibility by 3 and divisibility by 5. For a number like 1245, the sum of its digits is 12, which is divisible by 3. So, number 1245 is divisible by 3 and also its last digit is 5. So, number 1245 is also divisible by 5. Here, both the conditions are fulfilled. So, number 1245 is divisible by 15. Next is 3615. Is this number is divisible by 15? Let's check. Sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. So, this number 3615 is divisible by 3. Its last digit is 5. So, number 3615 is also divisible by 5. Hence, number 3615 is also divisible by 15. Next is 2715. The sum of its digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. So, number 2715 is divisible by 3. Its last digit is also 5. Hence, this number is also divisible by 5. Here, it meets both the criteria, divisibility by 3 and divisibility by 5. So, number 2715 is divisible by 15. Last is 149. The sum of its digits is 14, which is not divisible by 3. And its last digit is 9. So, this number is not divisible by 5. Hence, number 149 is not divisible by 15.